Yesterday, civil rights icon and Georgia Representative John Lewis, you guys, made a surprise appearance at the Bloody Sunday commemorative march in Selma, Alabama. You guys, it was 55 years ago that he was attacked by police there for peacefully protesting. Lewis, who actually was recently diagnosed, you guys, with stage 4 cancer, pancreatic cancer, stood on the Edmund Pettus Bridge and made an impassioned speech that I really want you guys to see.
We cannot give in. We must keep the faith, keep our eyes on the prize. We must go out and vote like we never, ever voted before. Some people gave more than a little blood. Some gave their very lives.
Wow. So there you see him giving a very impassioned speech about the importance of voting and fighting for justice in general. What do you guys think about this powerful moment? First of all, I just want to say, so many of us say we can't get out to vote, yet this man has stage 4 pancreatic cancer and got out there.
Yeah. Not to mention the consistency in his belief as well.
Yes.
When he was marching out, he actually cracked his skull from a police attack.
Correct.
So to just vigilantly come out there and to just stand true to what he believes until he sees change, these are the leaders that I really look up to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's moving to see, because you see a man who has fought for the rights of people for so many years, and now he's, fighting for his own life. And there's something when you read about history, then when you're actually able to see it. He is a living example of American history, and I hope this is a wake-up call for people, to see. Like, there are people who risk their lives for African Americans to vote, so you don't need to sit on your couch and complain if you're not actually getting out there and voting.
So, speaking of reading about history and, people getting sparked up, when I read his memoir, Walking with the Wind, that I was in graduate school at Columbia at the time in African American Studies, and it's like you can be in school studying things and it feels very like, wow, this happened, that's crazy. That was then, but something about his book and his story really made me just inspired to say no, this fight isn't over, and it's part of my responsibility to carry forth the work that he started.
That's right. And for people that say, oh, my vote doesn't matter, think about it like this. If your vote didn't matter, why are so many people trying to suppress your vote?
Can you say it one more time?
If your vote didn't matter, why are so many people trying to suppress your vote? That's how important it is to get out there and vote. And just remember, Selma, this whole thing about Selma, the beauty of it, if you haven't seen Ava DuVernay's movie, please go see it because it explains it. We would not have the Voting Rights Act passed if all of those things hadn't happened. They were nonviolent protesters that actually got attacked. Then the next day, Martin Luther King did a commemorative march. And then finally, they were able to actually make the march from Selma to Alabama, which was 54 miles. And that actually moved the president at the time, Lyndon Johnson, to actually pass the Voting Rights Act. So people died. People were injured. People suffered so that you could have the right. And I think sometimes today, I don't know, Amanda, sometimes I think, younger people that don't understand the history, especially when we get up here and you hear Amanda say something about the historical facts of what we went through just to build this country, we have to keep talking about it because people will take it for granted if we don't.
It feels like so long ago. It's a
and
black
it wasn't.
and white.
That's the crazy thing. It was not even long ago.
He's living. It's a black and white picture.
Literally
so you
yesterday.
think but the thing about it is that John Lewis, when all this was happening, he was maybe 19, 20?
He was like 20.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Martin Luther King had become the face of the movement, but it is the young people who led the movement. Young people lead us every time.
And remember, tomorrow is Super Tuesday. Remember to vote. Tomorrow is Super Tuesday. Get out there and get your vote.